With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The first pure kicker ever in the Hall of Fame, Jan Stenerud, to get us started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. This will be taken short. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Ready? 18 Gator. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Recon 132 fighter. Hey, I-7. Yo, go, go.
First and 10, Young. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
I'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. From the gun, Steve Young. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Lawrence Taylor. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Check, crunch. Four down.
The first carry for the legend is Bo Jackson. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
25. Check nickel. Far left. Mike 54. That's right, man.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Wilson. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
54, Mike. Check. Watch 54. You ain't got hey. Mike's 5'4. Hey, 0. Squeeze, double.
Here's Wilson. And going deep for Hill. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Following the interception, Young. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Lawrence Taylor, his second sack of the night. To try again after the sack. Young. And that will set him up in excellent shape. First and goal at the 9-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal.
Not today, you are. Not today. Check out. Alert. Switch it. Check safety. Go.
On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with third down upcoming. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. From the 3 now, here they come on third and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Not at all what they envisioned on third down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. Steroids kick is good, and the Bills will take a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Young to throw it this time. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jason Sehorn. Room here to run. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Well, I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken very short. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it first and 10. Back to it after the pick 6. Young. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Alpha.
To throw again. Young throwing the out route incomplete. It's Holt. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Young working out of the gun. It's caught. Jones. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Let's go. 90 Wolf. Hey, Delta.
A first down throw for Young. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Tre'Davious White, the LSU man there to knock it away that time. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
I felt like most of the predictions I saw had the game in the 30s. So a little bit lower scoring than we expected, but a lot of fireworks down the stretch, all by Kansas City. But how about San Francisco? Had the lead in the ball, under 12 minutes to go, and held Kansas City to 10 points through 3 quarters. And somehow they're winging their way back to San Francisco, trying to understand how they lost that game.
Yeah, not only did Kansas City win it, but they end up winning it by 11 points. They didn't see that coming at all. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 14. The first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Out of the gun, it's Young. Completes it to Hardman. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
We got 3. We got 3, fellas. We got 3. Hey, check my 50.
On 3rd and 1, here's Young. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball.
Now Young on 4th down. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Right there, 54 Mike. Why? Get wide. Hey, 0. Still got 4 down. Safe.
They'll run on 1st down. Dickerson. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage.
Under 10. 10.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
54. Let's go, D. Right left, right left. Right there. 54, right there, right there. 54, Mike.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Got a man. It's Randy Moss. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Cut, 380. Come on, guys, 4 down, 4 down. Tight. Everyone's got 26, Mike, 26, Mike. Watch the run, watch the run.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Cut, 250. Hey, D-back, let's go. Pick it up, D. Mike, 26, Mike. Here we go. Check 9, check 9. Left pass. Gun.
On first down, Wilson. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Give him a couple on the catch at 2nd and 8. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Hey, 0. 26, Mike.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. And going deep for Hill. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Tyreek Hill, 50 yards. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Following the touchdown, here's Stenerud to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. Yeah, and he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Come on,
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this? Oh, and now Young here throwing another interception. Picked up by Jason Sehorn.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Got it. Trump. 54. Mike. Gun. All day, baby, all day. Mike's 54. Mike.
Now Wilson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
54. Left pass. 54, Mike. Check. Gun. Check pass.
Play action. It's Wilson. Being chased out left. And Ingram hauls it in. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. Stenerud able to put this one through. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
After the made field goal, Stenerud back out there to kick it away. This will be taken short.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And the Bills are going to recover. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
315. Hey, come on, no, come on. 36 power. Hey, alert. 6. Good, guys. 4 down. Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
Now Wilson on first down. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 23 yards on the play. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dickerson able to slither by. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
380. Tackles.
On third down, here's Bo. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it first and goal.
Check 52. Check. 18. Check 3. He's checking. Crash. Check 99. Check 99. One flip. Right.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
52's the Echo. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Go. 52. Watch 52. 52's the mic. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
On second and goal, Wilson buying time to his left. Finds his tight end Ingram. Call it no gain on the dump off, and it's third down. The things got a little dicey there as soon as he exited the pocket out to the left.
And he ends up throwing it for no yardage gain. I don't know about you, but my high school coach, John Ford, if he saw a ball in the air and you got no yards out of it, he would have had a stroke, okay? Because his opinion, that ball shouldn't be in the air unless something good was going to happen. Tuck it away, try and pick up something, or just slide and get down.
Nothing good happened there, that's for sure. On third and goal, Wilson. That's caught by Jackson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's fourth and goal.
Whether whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. After the made field goal, Stenerud back out there to kick it away. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
On the ready.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Throwing again on second down. Young. That's caught left side by Hardman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. Here's Steve Young. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. To throw again on second down. Young. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth. Now Young. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. Here's a first down throw that's complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Looking to throw again on second down. Young. And this one complete to Reed. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. From the red zone now, Young. And he finds the tight end, Reed. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Throwing again on second down. Young stepping up. He's going to keep it.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Packers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From the gun, Steve Young. And that is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
4th down, Young. He's got his man. That's Hardman. So the decision to go for it turns out to be a good one. They get a couple of yards, and as a result, the drive keeps moving. It's now 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Young. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. from 8 yards out. And the Packers get a score closer. The Packers keeping the offense out there now as they'll go for 2. To the air once more, Young. Escaping the pressure right. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
They run on first down with Jackson. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now,
and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. 41 yards. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Now the elder statesman of the NFL, Adam Vinatieri, set to get us started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. This is fielded at the goal line. And that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
Well, that return gives him a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Check Mike 33. Check Mike 33. Let's go, defense. Our time. Good, good.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Wilson. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Here's Wilson to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That's the Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor doing what he does best.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool the defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Watch his flat. Watch his flat. Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike. Hey, 0. Mike, check the flat.
Here we go on 4th with Wilson. Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So the big play nullified, illegal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
Yellow. Go, little lady. Coming this way. Here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. On 2nd down, this is Jackson. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to...
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Lawrence Taylor in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. On now is Vinatieri as he'll try the field goal. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And after the made field goal, here's Adam Vinatieri to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Watch the pass. Good job right there. Good job right there. Go. Check 52 is the mic. Check 50. One left. One left. Here we go. Here we go.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Pretty solid coverage there by the All-Pro Richard Sherman, able to get a hand in.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Gotta go, in and out.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Steps away to his left. Got a man, it's Randy Moss. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
Right, 280. 52 right here. 19. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Gun.
On 1st down, it's Jackson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 41-yard line.
Right, move the team. 5. You don't want that. 4 down.
Now a give, right side. It's Jackson. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Right, 280. Right left.
On 3rd down, this is Jackson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter.
14, got it. Mike 55. Good job right there. You bet. Hey, 0. Check.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson, eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Let's go double count right here, double count. One left.
Now Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Where's 52? Watch 52. Oh, you got deep? 52 is the mic right here, over there, right? Go. Oh, you get on there.
Now it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mel Blount with a sack on the corner blitz.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. With that incompletion.
Not just what they do on the field, but off the field as well. And that goes to Calais Campbell, the defensive tackle for the Jacksonville Jaguars. What a great award. Congratulations, Calais.
Mahomes now to throw. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Mahomes now on first down. He finds his man Johnson. And he's got this down to the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Mahomes again. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Christian McCaffrey, 35 yards. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
And that's another route that defenders would vote to take out of the game.
The wheel route?
Oh, without a doubt. You're just trying to move everybody in one direction. And whether it's a running back or another receiver, as they zip out on the sideline, you've got a problem on your hands.
Yeah, well, the defenders hate it there. It happened, and it resulted in a touchdown. Now Adam Vinatieri for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
Next to score, Patriots 10, Bills nothing.
And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Let's get to some Hall of Fame talk while we have a second, because last week we mentioned the 15 guys that we knew were going into the Hall. 5 added: Isaac Bruce, Steve Hutchinson, Edgerrin James, Steve Atwater, and Troy Polamalu. You think about it, CD, for Polamalu, it was his first year of eligibility. People knew he would go in. Atwater was his 16th year. He had to wait a long time.
He certainly did, and I often wonder about the psychology of it all, because when you're young in your career, meaning young retired, right, these things mean something to you, but I don't know if they hit with the same impact as it will for a Steve Atwater. 16th year. Now, I think Steve would like somewhere to be a happy medium. Maybe the 8th year would have been a lot better. But the bottom line is, the older you get, boy, imagine the emotions running through there, the validation. Probably haven't had the applause in a long time. That's going to come back to you now. Troy Polamalu, he essentially stepped off the field and into the Hall of Fame, but it doesn't matter. Bottom line is getting there. Congratulations to all.
Wilson in the offense, not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th.
Joker. Check 15, check 15. Listen. 15's a mic. Room. Stay with your man.
They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. And able to find John Brown. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Pick me up. Here we go. Alert. 52's the mark. Check. 2's the mark. Hassan. This defense, no gap. Mike 52. Hey, here we go.
To throw again is Wilson. That one complete to Hill.
Wilson's pass.
Last
Complete to Tyreek Hill.
stop.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Ankle. Hey, Mike 52. Okay, double up. 5-2's the mic. Mike 5-2. They gonna need some therapy. Well left.
Wilson will throw again. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack.
Check that. We're Mike 52 right here. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Hey, alert. 25. Hey, zero. 25. Watch twist. Shift.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. Yeah, that one going to be knocked away and incomplete. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
Oh, they should have already said, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on fourth down.
Where's 52? Watch 52. I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position.
Yellow.
Mahomes now on first down. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Mahomes. It's caught by Jackson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover...
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Jason Sehorn. It's a foot race, past the 20. And he is going to score. It's a pick-6 and a Bills touchdown.
Don't throw this way.
You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead? Not so fast. That pick-6 really changes the complexion, probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now, probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
Extra point by Stenerud, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now Mahomes going to get this one to Hill. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He'll dump this to Burrow. It's complete. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Mahomes to throw once more. He's got his big tight end, Gronkowski. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have been fooled.
They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. This is caught by Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
49 exit. Mike. 49 to Mike. Check.
And again, it's Mahomes. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
An incomplete pass on first down. Here's second and goal. They'll run it. Here's Okoye. And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. He tried to break that plane but couldn't get there, and that's going to leave him now at third and goal. This Buffalo defense has stood their ground. This is third and goal.
Check. Hey, alert 3. 61. Matchbox, light.
They'll try and run for it with Bo. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice two-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
First down, Bills.
55's Mike. Go. Ricky.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Well, switching gears, CD, I got to tell you, it's always sad now that football's over. We've got a long wait until Thursday, September 10th.
It's okay.
I know, but
okay.
September 10th.
You're getting a little misty there.
That's when the 101st season starts. We just finished off season 100. I don't know. What are we going to do till then?
Well, I'm going to rest and relax a little bit, and so are you, but you're exactly right. It won't take us long to start to say, okay, when does camp start? How about OTAs, mini camps? We'll follow the draft. We'll do all the football things, but there'll be nothing like Thursday, September 10th, 2020. And they'll likely be in Arrowhead, right? They'll likely be there for Kansas City. I know it's not a given, but after winning the Super Bowl, after a 50-year wait with that organization and that franchise and family, that game's going to be there that Thursday night.
Yeah, well, in the meantime, we do have some work to do because they're still picking up the controllers out there in Madden land, I hope.
Yeah, certainly you have to. And why wouldn't you? Because you go ahead and play now, and you figure out who's going to be in the Super Bowl in Tampa next year. And I know you're going to let us know.
Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4 at the 42-yard line.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
You can't block me.
To throw again on second down. Wilson. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Foxborough. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. The Bills on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Mike check 33.
Play action. It's Wilson. He'll hit Jackson complete. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Man open. It's Moss complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Rabbit. Let's go double count right here. Double count. 52's the line. Check 52.
Here's Wilson. Going to throw again. Over the middle, complete. It's Holt. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
I'm here all day. 5-2's the Mike. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2. I'm coming. 12.
Again, Wilson. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, that kind of catch is supposed to pay off with at least a first down, isn't it?
Instead, he'll just add it to his highlight reel, but they don't pick up the first.
Yeah, he gets the yardage, he gets the catch, but now they have a decision to make.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and run for it. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. This will be fielded at the 6. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Well, that return gives him a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Yeah, you don't want none. Check the backer, check the backer. 12.
Now Wilson on first down. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
We got to step it up. Pull up for signal. Mike 50, Mike 50. Here it comes. Run left. Mike's 50. Right. Here we go.
Now Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
380. Boys. Yeah, that's how we do it, dude. Run it. Bring it. Hey, 0. He's the mark. Let's go, baby. They turn it.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive.
Watch out. Alert. Right there. Echo. 54 Mike. Come on, 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Man out. One left. Go get him. Nice.
Here we go on 4th with Wilson. And going deep for Hill. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Here we go. 70 ending. 49. Watch the slant.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Vick flush to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he is out of bounds downs, but not before he's inside the 30. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain. They'll run it with the 85 MVP, Marcus Allen. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Stepping up, Michael Vick, he's going to go. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Scampering home from 19 yards out as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Niners 7, Bills nothing. Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down, it caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Check. Friday. Off. Bang out. Bam. Cut.
To throw is Wilson. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Jalen Ramsey with a sack on the corner blitz.
Hey, 0. Mike is home. Check Mike 50. Let's go. Gun. Here we go. 50. Mike 50.
Wilson throwing on 3rd and long. Got a man. It's Randy Moss complete. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time.
Hey. Good guys, 4 down.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Niners 7, Bills nothing.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
It's been a long day for you. Mike 50. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got, Heavy? Give me some. Run pass. Shoot. Run left. Hey, turn it up. Chance.
They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Ryan Shazier got in that time, the first-round pick of 2014. And, partner, I'm not really sure what in the world they were thinking on 4th and long there at this stage in the game, but you think social media may be firing up a little bit right now?
Oh, the coach is trending right now. Right? There's no doubt about it. People wondering what that decision was. But But it takes me back to a number of years ago. A very successful coach in the league had told himself before a playoff game he was going to be aggressive. No matter what, he's going to be aggressive. And it ran his team into some real problems early, and they got upset in that playoff game. Let's see if this team can recover.
Well, that's aggressive in capital letters with glitter, 7 underscore. I mean, that's the definition of aggressive.
Yeah, you can almost hear the cheerleaders doing the be aggressive chant behind him, and he listened to it.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Here's Vick on the move to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Ryan Shazier drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Go. He's heavy on the edges. Chip.
Now Vick on 4th down. Escaping the pressure right. Got a man. It's Randy Moss. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. From the gun, Vick. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Calvin Johnson there to make the grab. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
The defense is doing their best, but they're struggling right now. They'll look for some help from their own offense to keep them in the game.
And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken short. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so...
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Lawrence Taylor. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. And going deep for Hill. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20. All right, T, let's go. All right, T. Mike 20. Check. Mike 20. Hey, Tank. Hot seven. Mike 20. Come on, boy. Gun. You better be ready.
On first down, Wilson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. Two extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Hey. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it. Mike, gun. Don't let him.
To throw is Wilson. To throw again. And he fends him off. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Khalil Mack. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline.
Zebra. Mike 20. Get him. Kill. Hey, switch. Hey. Tighten up. Good. 4 down.
On third down, Wilson. And the pressure gets to him again. Jamal Adams on the safety blitz, too fast to handle.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And it appears they'll go for it here on 4th down. A big call on the game's opening drive.
33. Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. Gun.
They'll try and throw for it here. And that is caught. He's got his running back downfield. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Well. There we go, Mike 20. Come on. twist, watch the twist. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Check tight end, check tight.
Wilson will throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Holt. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 7 yards there and a first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player? Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on third down. They'll run here with Bo. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them. That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Third and 15 here after the first and second down plays went in the wrong direction.
You got tight. You got tight right there.
New Mike 52, Mike 52.
Gun. I got you.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a third and long here.
Move 15. Got it.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
52's the Mike. Watch Mike.
Hey, watch the slant.
Check your hot read. Switches. Gun. 4 down. Check safety. Gun.
Now it's Wilson. He goes full extension, and he's got it. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive.
I got it. Watch twist.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bills take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Stenerud, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Stenerud to kick it away. This will be taken short. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
Yellow, yellow. Marshall line, 80.
Here we go.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the...
And now off to the races, down the right side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Raheem Mostert, 45 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece.
That ties the game at 7. Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be taken very short. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They go play action with Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Now it's Wilson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on fourth down conversions. And here we go again.
Let's go, defense. Hey, here we go. Mike, 50, Mike.
Good guys, 4 down, 4 down.
Watch the run, watch the run.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Forced out to his left. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And wow, a gamble here right off the bat, an onside kick to begin the game. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery.